Jason Mints, Rob Thompson, The Blitz.
It is The Blitz. You're on 1250 ESPN San Antonio, 94.5 FM, on the go at ESPNSA.com. If you have access to said device, go there now. You can watch live. We're about to have Mark Singleton on. We're doing some fine cooking tonight. You guys better grab a pad and pencil. Get ready for this. We're about to cook. After that, we're going to talk a little bit about the Houston drama. Bob Golick will join us very soon thereafter. He and BJ Ganem of Sierra Delta are going to join us. We're talking playoff football. We're talking Wounded Warriors and what you can do to help local veterans right now. A great interview with Bob. We can't wait to have him on at 6:30. But in the meantime, Mark Singleton, a Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds, joins us once again for a remarkable looking recipe of using Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. Mark, welcome aboard. I'm hungry and you're about to make it worse.
Oh man, this is a good one, guys. You know, every week we talk about how to, just turn it up a notch, how to substitute carbohydrates in your appetizers, in your main courses, in your tailgate food. You know, we got a great slate of games this weekend, and this is one of my favorite game time recipes we have. It's easy, it's fast, and oh my gosh, wait till you taste this, guys.
Now, you say that, and when I saw, all right, so it's keto crab stuffed mushrooms, and I see the picture of it, and the general rule is it's got to be Mark proof. It's got to be easy enough for Mark to do it. That makes it easy enough for Minix to do it. And when I looked at that, and I was like, well, this is going to be complicated, but it's not.
Hey, listen, make sure and tell Bob on the next segment that I said, and I know him well enough to do this. It's Golick proof. I mean, this thing, it is so easy and it's so delicious, and it's just a handful of ingredients put together, and they just work. They just work. We're going to try something a little different. Every week we talk about the recipes. Today I'm going to try and show you how we make the recipes. So, if you're online, you can see we take 4 ounces of cream cheese, 4 ounces of lump crab meat. Go ahead and buy the good stuff. It's not that much more expensive, and it's available in every supermarket. Then you take a half a teaspoon of oregano, a half a teaspoon of paprika, put it all together, 5 teaspoons of granulated garlic. That's it, guys. That's it. That's all the ingredients in this thing. You combine it all in a bowl, and then you use your little melon scooper to take that combined cream cheese, crab meat, oregano, paprika, and you put it in a mushroom cap.
Okay, Mark, what kind of mushrooms are those?
These are just mushrooms that are available pre-cleaned in the supermarket. They're available 6 at a time. They're pre-cleaned. A little tip is take your knife and run around before you pop it. You'll come out with a better looking mushroom. But then we take that, and all we do, guys, after that is we take a little Parmesan and we sprinkle that on top. And then we take, rather than a panko, rather than a breadcrumb, rather than adding carbs to your diet at this point, you take our Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. We granulate them up. We cover it, really cover it. Press it down in there. Don't be shy. This is guy food. It's going in your fingers soon. Go ahead and use your fingers to push everything in. This is not dainty food. And what you end up with is what you guys saw earlier, is this incredible bacony, crunchy, crabby mushroom. You get that big umami lift from the mushroom, and then the cream cheese, and it's hot, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful appetizer. You can make them up by the dozens. I mean,
that was going to be my next question. Is this recipe specifically for the 6 caps that you have here, and it's easily doubled for 12 or 14, that kind of thing? We can extrapolate this recipe up to, because these look so good, 6 ain't gonna be enough, man.
Well, actually, I could have done 12 mushroom caps with this recipe.
Okay.
I could do 12. So this is for about a dozen. You can always add more crab meat if you like. You could always, once again, the real trick is push that Parmesan in there, drop that pork rind on top of it. Don't be shy. It's already ground up. You're not going to reform it into a chip now. Push it down in there. and stick it in the oven, or even better, Jason, this is what I want to see you do this weekend. Stick it on that smoker. I did 400 degrees for 30 minutes. Oh my gosh.
Now, did you use yours on the smoker, or did you go into the oven? Because I could do this on the Traeger, man. And the question after that is, what kind of pellets do you get for the Traeger? I mean, what
about the flavor of the pork rind?
Yeah.
And pork rind flavors too. We got other questions here.
Yeah, tonight I used the Pasilla chili cheese just because I was already working with a cheese. I wanted to put a little pepper in it. I wanted to make it a little spicy.
Sounds good.
I'm going to smoke the next batch. I've got enough ingredients to make a whole nother batch. I'm actually making venison fillets with a little béarnaise sauce and crab meat and a pork rind topping on that to go along with these a little bit later.
Yeah, we'll keep that to yourself, Mark. Mark Singleton, Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds, joining us here on the Blitz, eating far better than I'm going to eat tonight as we put together a great recipe that, man, it fits so many different ways. It'll be great for this divisional playoff weekend. You throw that together, pull that out. And the great thing about mushrooms, it is next to impossible to overcook a mushroom. Those things cook well. The umami that goes along with it, the longer they go, the softer they get. And, man, you add that with the cheese and the pork rind crunch. We've done a lot of recipes. This one looks spectacular and is appropriate to so many different occasions and so many different food tastes because you get the umami, you do get the cheese, you get the crunch and the flavor coming from the Southern Recipe. This is extraordinary, exciting stuff, and easy to make on top of that.
Oh, it's completely Mark-proof. It's Bob-proof. It's Rob-proof. This is an easy one. And like all of our recipes, what we're looking to do is take something that's easy to do, that you can share with your family, that is great tasting. I mean, outstanding tasting. But we figured out a way to take some of the carbs, some of the glycemic load out of it. And this is pretty fancy, guys. Where I'm from Rockwall, Texas, buddy. Growing up, this was fancy food.
That is fancy. And when you do mushroom,
this anywhere, you had to go to the Zuiderzee or the Shrimp Boat or something. That was for God's sake.
No, if you're not a fan of mushrooms, and generally the big mushrooms like that aren't, you don't get that, people that don't like mushrooms in their salad and stuff. It's a little bit different. But if you're not a mushroom fan, this looks like something that would look good inside of a bell pepper as well. You could almost do it the same way, right?
Truth.
Once again, I'm going to do a very similar recipe on top of a fillet. I mean, there's so many ways. Remember, everywhere you're using a breadcrumb right now, just crunch up some pork rinds. It gets rid of the carbs. It in some cases gets rid of gluten, and in all cases, I think bacony crunchy is better than just to make bread topping taste good. You got to put butter and stuff on it anyway. I mean, they don't have they have Italian breadcrumbs, not just breadcrumbs. This has a bacony flavor. This has a spice to it that you could pick kimchi, barbecue, Pasilla chili cheese, salt and pepper. Any of our flavors available at HEB, and once again, this is pretty fancy.
It looks spectacular. Really, it presents even better. Southern Recipe Smallbatch.com. Go there for that recipe and many others. And one more thing, Pork Rind Appreciation Day is just around the corner, my friends. It is the high holy day that is combined with a pretty big football game as well. Go to porkrinds.com. A great contest going there now more than ever. Those football players that got left behind, that didn't get taken care of. Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds. Rudolph Foods is very much involved with that. Go there. There's stuff to be had, things to be won, and a great thing to be done as you go find those great recipes.
Yeah, we've been affiliated with Coach Dick and the Gridiron Greats for over 10 years now, and the opportunity to get to know these guys as you do, as we do, as we've met Bob at the Super Bowl, as we've talked to Coach Dick, as we talked to Jack Youngblood.
Jack Youngblood, by the way, will be on the show Friday night. By the way, Friday night, 6:30, Jack Youngblood's going to be on. We separated him and Rob this year because last year it got a little odd.
Well, I mean, if you're like me, you grew up thinking Jack Youngblood was like John Wayne. I mean, that was the man back in the time. There wasn't a bigger, badder dude. on the football field. And then when he played with that broken leg, it just took playing with pain to a whole nother level. Now, I tell you, he probably is tired of talking about that. It's like Ray Wiley Hubbard says, you know, you write one hit song, you never think you're going to have to sing the dang thing the rest of your life every night. So, I mean, you play with one broken leg. Who knew you're going to have to tell the story every day the rest of your But
well, it gets better with every telling, as Jack will join us on Friday. You know, go to porkrinds.com, check out the recipes. We can't implore you enough to go try this, because with every passing week, we're finding out more and more of what the pork rind can do, not only for a keto-friendly lifestyle, but just to kick up things a notch. This isn't about keto-friendly when we're talking about stuffed crab mushrooms. This is about, this is posh nosh, not club drub. You know what I mean? We're eating good stuff.
You know, I got to admit, there's kind of a pork rind renaissance going on out there. A lot of people are, a lot more people than in the past are figuring out what we've been saying since 1955. Give it a try. You know, I think people are going to love them.
And they're all that can be found at HEB, including the Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds, or as you said, at the website porkrinds.com or southernrecipesmallbatch.com. Really good stuff.
Appreciate your time, Mark. Thanks for enlightening us. I got to go get some cooking done, and I'm gonna indoctrinate the air fryer with some stuffed mushrooms. Take care of yourself, Mark. He will be back next week with yet another recipe to just tempt the palate. Take care of yourself, Mark. Stay safe. We look forward to having you back.